Welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. We want to welcome you guys onto the show today. Today, I am Laura Simmons, I guess. I'm going to be Laura Simmons today, babies. We have Margaret Green. We have Ursula D. Allen in the
Hello, how y'all
house.
doing?
Mm-hmm. So, well, y'all, I got my mouth a little full right now, but it's going to be okay, y'all. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. So where we're gonna start at today. Today I wanted to start first of my one of the first things I wanted to do is I needed to shout out a few people today. Okay. I wanted to shout out a few people. So I want to shout out the pharmacy team at Walgreens in Olympia Fields, Karen, Angelique, Courtney, Sophie, and the rest of the pharmacy team. I wanted to shout them out. And I didn't want to forget John, Brianna, and Sam. I wanted to shout them out as well today. And I
All right.
also want to shout out my homegirl, Leslie Galloway. All right, Leslie, this is
All
for you, girl. Okay. You want to shout? You said something. You want to shout out somebody?
I
Okay.
didn't say nothing.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody say something. Well, anyways, guys. So, did you have any pharmacy? Did you have any real estate information that you want to share today? Any gold nuggets? Any um
Just a little something.
okay.
Today I had had an experience with a listing where we had to get pictures taken, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something that is right now they're doing not only regular photos but they're doing virtual,
Mm-hmm.
where they do like a video of properties now because so many people are doing sight unseen purchasing of houses, especially here in South Carolina. So just when you ready to get ready to list your house, and you want to put your best foot forward, make it as inviting as possible. When I say that, I mean make it look like as if you're
You stand there.
no, you don't want it to to look too lived in,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to make it look as if somebody, if they was like almost like it was staged, because
Oh, okay.
a lot of times when people come and looking at houses,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to see themselves in that house.
Uh-huh.
And if they see a lot of personal pictures and a lot of things that those there's not there, even though they know that's not their home at that moment, they're
Mm.
still trying to see themselves physically in that
In the
house.
house, right, right.
So you want to, if you want to get someone to make offers or be interested in your home, um, give it that stage look.
Mm.
Give it that stage look, and that means like almost like you just have it like as if as if it's just a showroom, pretty much. Where there's no personal pictures and things like that. It's just it looks as if somebody just staged it, and
Mm.
that's something to keep in mind, especially if you want to get some interest, because like I said, a lot of times people thinking if they come in looking, they're gonna be looking to see if they can physically get a mental picture of their own things in your house. Even if they see furniture, but the point is they're trying to get a visual of what it's going to look like with their own furniture. So keep
Oh,
that in mind. When you want, if you decide that you want to sell in this market, and when you go looking for your own, you know, go
okay.
look and see what it is about that house, or other houses that you see that makes you want to purchase it. You know, and
Mm,
that's
okay.
pretty much
Sounds like
goes
good
like
information.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, Fredgy Beatty.
Hey, Fred. Ladies, good evening. I have to say, Margaret, on like the shows like House Hunters or whatever, I always see the people, they like, oh, I can see us sitting down here
Hmm.
having, family game night and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. But
Right.
what I hate when they go, I can see us out here. holding hands and
Oh
sipping.
so
I'm
you
like,
getting a little
that
jealous?
sounds so well. Huh?
You be getting a little jealous when they be talking about they can see themselves sitting there
How can,
holding hands.
how can I get jealous? I can go drink some wine and hold somebody's hand. That just get on my nerves.
But yeah, they do because
But it's not.
when they go in someone's house, a lot of times, if they go in and it's just like it's almost like a blank canvas. Not so much as that it's empty. It's just that they made it look homey without it looking personal. They gave it a look to make you want to come and sit down and think about, oh, I can see myself in here without sitting here and looking, going, okay, I see so and so's pictures and this person, without it feeling like they're in someone's house. Because sometimes when you go in somebody's house and it looks, you like the fact that this is lived in, but you don't want to. You start feeling, well, let's hurry up and go and leave because you feel too worried that you're in somebody's house, but it just feels different when you go in a house when it's almost like a blank canvas versus one that is looks so personable, real personable to me. Because I know I've done that. When I went in houses when I was looking, I felt a little nervous when I went looking for houses for my own personal self, because you be thinking and not only that, another thing to keep in mind, one more thing, is be careful when you go and looking at houses and looking in people's houses, because nowadays people got Alexa and people got videos and people got all kind of cameras in their home, and people have lost offers because of they talking about somebody's house when they in there.
What?
Oh, wow,
They've heard
really?
and they've played it back. So you gotta be careful when
Wow.
you walk into somebody's house, because in this tech age, you got a lot of people who got videos, they got Alexa, they got everything in their house, and they're hearing everything you saying about their house. That's why I said
Wow.
it's almost best to not even have pictures of a family, because people make comments, say all kind of stuff, not realizing that it's being recorded.
Wow. That's good information to share.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Girl.
Wow, and I wanted to mention this to you too because hey Danielle,
Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
everybody out there that's watching today, we wanted to say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Um Also, I wanted to mention this to you. It's two things I wanted to mention. First of all, I want to say that you will be surprised how many people actually watch our show. You will be surprised. This week I have encountered a few people that have told me that they watch our show on a regular, and that they really like our show and things like that. And which I was really, I want to give us a hand for one thing. One thing, I'm going to give us a hand. And then another thing, I want to thank those people for tuning in and supporting us. Then another thing, what I wanted to mention was I was recently talking to someone, and I thought this would be a good idea for you to maybe put something together in place, Margaret,
Mm-hmm.
to put together a program where women, and we as women, can invest on some commercial properties together
Okay.
as a group. So you select so many people, and you could probably say up to 10 people or 20 people, 20 women, to
Serious.
invest, right, serious investors that want to really invest, put a program together so that we can all get together. We have like conference calls and little meetings, and we talk about this, properties that we're going
Right.
to invest in.
And why you
And
want
so,
to purchase it,
right,
and
and they have to be able to
the pros and cons.
come up with their monies, because you're going to have to put money into this program to help, so we can, in order for us to grow, we have to invest. And
Right.
that's with anything, you have to invest in yourself first before you could before it grows.
Yeah,
So it takes
and they can't be petty, because some
right.
people cause problems when you do groups like that, because
Hmm.
somebody want to take all their money out because they didn't get something done the way they wanted it,
Right.
or make the purchase that they wanted it, and all of a sudden now they want to take the money out. If you're gonna be petty, don't waste your time, because I will not waste my time telling you we don't need you.
Right. Okay. Sounds like a good plan to me. Ursula, did you have anything that you want to talk about today? You want to share anything with anybody and you want to shout anybody out?
So let's see I'll shout out my
She said, "Be
boyfriend.
careful with that." Be careful with what?
Huh?
Somebody named Stephanie Rose said, "Be careful with that."
Hey, Stephanie.
Oh, she's talking about you must be are you talking about with the women groups, Stephanie? If that's what you're talking about, please let us know what you're talking about.
Probably because it is probably a level of risk involved with
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
going to
Oh you
business with
but
people you don't know.
But
yeah.
the plan is not just anybody can get into this group. The group where we're talking about.
Hmm.
Believe me, we're gonna check them out, and everything, background checks and everything else before we even include you into the group.
Yeah.
I get it, but still, you talking about
Always
trust
Always
for.
for
that
you.
you're going into business with. I would
Yeah,
think,
she said investors are not always for you, though. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think the thing about that is you got to be careful with is when you invest as a group and you're doing it as a company or an investment group or something like, you have to really be careful because they're extensions of each person. You got
Mm-hmm.
children, you got family members, and you got other stuff that's involved in that's
Right.
connected to each person. So
Mm-hmm.
if something happened to one of those people, how would you be able to split up the proceeds to that family should something
And
happen to that
and
person?
that's why you have to make sure that you have attorneys involved too, so that
Right.
the contracts are created too as well.
Hmm.
Because I know somebody that wanted to do some business with me per se, and we talked about attorneys and things like that. That we would need to get involved into it. No, I'm not gonna jump into something without
Mm-mm.
you getting attorneys involved in it. So
Nope.
that's what I'm saying.
Sure
I'm just
wouldn't. Never
no.
would.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's a big risk.
Mm-hmm.
But
um, I was gonna say, so there is a new show. It's not. I don't even know if you call it a show, like a little mini series or whatever. It's called First Ladies,
mhm.
and it's featuring three famous first ladies. It's Michelle Obama, and Viola Davis is playing her.
Mhm.
Um, Betty Ford, and that is Michelle Pfeiffer. And also, I forget Franklin Roosevelt's wife's name. Hey, Stephanie. I'm just looking out for my girls.
Yeah,
We
we
know
definitely
that.
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
that.
we appreciate it. Sure do. Thank you.
Yeah, so I watched the first episode,
Mhm.
and it was just one episode, but it was really interesting. First of all, Viola Davis as Michelle Obama. Now, Viola is, of course, an award-winning actress, and she is phenomenal. And
Hmm.
she's also a method actress. And Eleanor Roosevelt. Oh, we don't shoot me because I know that's horrible that I just didn't remember that woman's name. Yes, Eleanor Roosevelt. Thank you, Fred. Um, so um she is good. But what I like is when people do biopics and they doing a person's life story, I like for them just to talk about and reenact the deep.
Humanize them.
Huh?
Humanize them.
Yeah, I don't. What I do not like is when actors, when they try to, like she's trying to mock, not mock, but trying to sound like Michelle. She's doing some of the things. Stephanie Viola Davis was on The View today. Phenomenal. Yes, and I'm going to talk about something else about Viola Davis, but yeah, she's like trying to sound like her. She's doing some of the things she does with her mouth, and
Oh
I
really?
yeah, and so
Is that why people talking about her so
What?
badly?
yeah,
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of people talking about her playing the part of Michelle Obama, and they
yeah,
were saying that she they said some very distasteful stuff
They
about
been
her.
talking about how she look, even about her mouth. What I'm
Yeah.
actually talking about. They been saying some ugly stuff, and like I said, I love her, and she's doing a great job. I don't like when actors when they do that. I just like for you to just channel them through yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
just show you. It's
Right.
almost
Yeah.
like if I was saying, y'all, let me tell you what Laura said today, and I started acting like Laura, and you know what I mean, just doing what Laura did. I just started, like
Grabbing
Laura
something to
eating,
eat.
she got
Then
grease on her
somebody
face.
will
I
get
put grease on my face or something like that. But but you know what I'm saying?
they'll get irritated with the fact that you trying too
Right?
hard.
Because it's not coming across as
Right. It's
natural.
genuine.
Like
Yeah, you
okay,
missing the story.
like for example, we'll say the example of the young man who played Ralph Tresvant in New Edition. That young man really did a really good job.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
he was
and
acting
he's
just like himself. He
yeah,
was
Mhm.
telling
exactly.
Ralph's story, all
But
of
he
them.
was himself, right?
But they was
Yeah,
acting just like
just like
themselves. Now
himself.
they picked some people who look closely like them,
Hmm.
Mhm.
but Viola Davis doesn't look like Michelle. But I don't want to see Michelle. If I want to see Michelle Obama, I can go look at Michelle Obama. I just want to see the story played out, being naturally. You know what I mean, Stephanie? I love Ursula. I love you too,
I'll play Ursula.
Stephanie. You got to get the weed.
But
Um.
Don't mess with Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Hey, watch out there now. Watch out there now. But the other thing I was gonna say, and I'm gonna say it quick, Laura Bell, because I know you probably wipe that grease off when you're ready to talk. But so there's Oprah.
what
And
grace?
there's a movie on Netflix. It's called Oprah and Viola. I think that's it. And Oprah is interviewing
Oh yeah, I
Viola.
was gonna talk about that
They
too.
said it's phenomenal. Just like Steph said,
Did you see it?
no, no, no. I'm saying
Freddie
this
said,
was
Lord.
special time.
Oh man, girl, that interview was very
Oh,
interesting.
you saw it?
Yes, I did,
Don't
and
say
that's what
nothing else.
I
Don't
was
say
going to talk about a little bit about some of what she said, though. I
no,
did
no.
want to, yeah, because it's all
I
on,
see.
it's everywhere. I mean, but it's gonna make you want to go and see her.
I
You
already
know,
want to go. I already
you
want to go.
already gonna want to see it. But I'm just saying that I
Prince
just
said
wanted
no.
to say a few things
You
about
talking
it.
about
I'm not,
you?
I'm not gonna say a whole lot. I'm just gonna say just a few things. What I wanted to say about it was
Haters.
she
Sorry.
talked
Excuse me.
she talked about what she talked about was her childhood life. That's what she talked about, and that's what I wanted to. I just wanted to mention
Who?
one of
Michelle
the
or
things. No,
No,
Viola
Viola
on the
Davis.
Oprah Winfrey show
oh,
on
how she
her.
grew? I think she's from South Carolina too. I think
Well,
she's from South Carolina.
she's from South Carolina, but they were raised in somewhere in Brooklyn, I think it said, or
Just like Chris
so.
Rock, same thing.
Yeah, and she said that they lived in a rat infested house, and she said that she she mentioned that she had to take the blanket and wrap herself up in the blanket because the rats at nighttime would jump in the bed with them and stuff. But
Oh God,
yeah, her story. And
that was you was
Oprah
P
said to
O
her,
Po.
she said, "You was po." She said, "You
Mhm.
wasn't po like me." She said, "You were po." Yeah,
Mhm.
she was telling some stuff, and it was like really sad just listening to the story. But it's good to see that she has grown from
Yeah.
what she had been through. And I thought that was really a
But
powerful
I think
show.
people like that experience like that.
Hmm.
I think they are well rounded most of the time. And
Hmm.
the reason why I think they real well rounded is because they understand both sides of the spectrum. They understand to be what it's like to be poor. Now they
Hmm.
understand what it's like to be wealthy. So they don't look down. They don't have room to look down on anybody because they know what it's like.
We all came from unfortunate circumstances.
Yep, we do sometimes,
Yeah, we do.
and we move on, keep it moving. That's for
Ursula, why
sure.
you sound so far away?
Trying to fix it. your picture frozen or you just frozen?
I think her picture froze. I think her picture froze. She probably did something touch to her screen. But anyway, they mentioned about her. She did say that she was a bedwetter up until she was like 14 years old. She did mention that, and she also mentioned the fact that she also mentioned. Okay. All right. Well, I'll let y'all watch it so that y'all
go
can
ahead, go la 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 la.
Okay. I'll let y'all watch it so that we can have a discussion about
What
it.
channel? What channel is it going to be on?
It's on.
It's
It's
on
already
Netflix.
on.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, I don't have Netflix.
Make your work
Oh.
become your best. Amen.
That's
Amen,
it.
Stephanie. You're right.
We good
You're
for that. We good at doing that now.
Mhm.
We are resourceful.
Yeah. And I also wanted to mention this, guys. So, it was an Iowa man. He won $1 million off a Mega Million ticket. So he said that the cashier made a mistake. He made $1 million mistake. Okay, he made a mistake. He wanted his ticket one way, and the cashier gave him his ticket another way. And that ticket happened to win $1 million. So this man walks away with $710,000 after taxes, which is still not bad because you can still do a lot with
I can do some things with that.
$710,000. You can do a lot with it.
Yep.
And then also I wanted to tell people that live in Iowa, if you have any tickets, old Powerball tickets, you might want to check them out because someone is holding on to a ticket worth $150,000 that is about to expire. So they're gonna miss out on their money. So if you live in
they
Iowa,
probably need it right
make
about
sure
now,
that
too.
you check your tickets. If you're living in Iowa, I'm gonna say it again. If you're living in Iowa, check your Powerball tickets from, I guess it had to be from 2020 because you only have it after a year if the ticket usually expire. So whoever it is, they brought the ticket sometime last year, and the ticket is worth $150,000. It's a Powerball ticket. And whoever it was, they either live in Iowa or they just purchased the ticket while they were in Iowa. So check your tickets, people. Check your tickets.
And they're gonna give you a piece of it.
Okay,
but you know what? My blessings will come to me anyway, regardless.
That's true.
So
but
I
you know,
might
there
be
was
holding on to one of the scratch-off winners that's worth that amount right now. I don't even know,
There was a guy that I guess he cut his friend's hair and he didn't charge him, or something happened where he did something for him without charging him.
Mm-hmm.
And so his friend said, okay, well, if I win on this ticket, he said, we're gonna split it. That's what the guy who got the free service,
like that movie,
told his friend. He said, if I win on this ticket, we're gonna split it, have 50-50. Well, he won. I think he won $1 million.
Did he feel it? Did he split it with him?
They split it. They showed them with this. They showed them with the ticket. Showed them with and the guy was just so happy that he kept his word.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that movie. Do you remember the movie with the woman that worked in a restaurant and the guy told her, Nicolas Cage, it was Nicolas Cage, he told her that if he went off the lottery ticket, he was going to split it with her. And people thought he was stupid for doing it. His wife was pissed because of it. And yeah, sometimes when people tell you that, there are honest people that will honestly do it. I'm one of those people. If I won a lottery right today, I will make sure that I give you guys something from it. I do y'all.
You better not do that.
I do y'all like Miss Minnie did on Mark.
That's why I'm saying that. I said no.
Oh man, I'm catching a flight.
Something, babies. Gave him $2. After she shrunk his jersey.
Here she goes. She said, did I give you a check for $5? Oh, that wasn't for you. Give me that one back.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
She gave him $2. He was bad. No, she gonna pay for my jersey.
if I did, I would give y'all a little check. I ain't gonna tell y'all how much it'll be, but I would
A
give y'all
little
something.
something.
Yeah, a little something, something. You could buy you a car probably. You know,
Yeah.
if you
Like,
want to, or
man,
you can take it
just
and
give me the
invest it
money.
in something.
Just give me the money.
You
But I
said
would
give
give you
it to the
something.
Mexican.
I
What
make
did
it
you
do what
say?
it do.
I said you can take it and invest it in something.
Oh, I thought you said
Invest,
take it to.
okay? Invest. Oh my gosh, she act like she can't hear me. Oh
Here
my
we go.
goodness.
Here we
It's
go.
all that hair.
Thanks for tuning in to Laura Simmons and Friends in Her Head. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, anyway, guys, so y'all know, I wanted to have this discussion tonight, um, about when is the best time to let your children grow. And when I say when is the best time to let your children grow, I mean, when would you say is a good time to let your children become into their self, to do
Cut the
their own
cord.
thing? Yeah, to cut the cord. When would you say? Hmm.
Well, I mean, like, you mean just period?
Yeah, like okay, so like when your kids get a certain age, usually when they get like
18.
17, about 17, around about 17 years old, they start where they feel that they can do everything that their friends can do because they figure I'm 17 now, I should be able to do some of the things that my friends do. And so you still got to pull them back and tell them nope, not yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so when they graduate out of high school, then they assume that they're grown now because they feel like they can do whatever they want to do when they turn 17 years old. And when they graduate out of high school, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
kids think that mean that, okay, so now I'm grown, I can do whatever I want. What age would you say that it's time to actually cut the cord with your kid when it comes to um telling them, giving them a time as to what time they need to come in the house and things like that?
For me, my answer is that I think that it depends on the child. It depends on you knowing your child. And what the reason I say that, I think a good rounded number would be 21,
That's my
because
thought.
you're gonna be like, look, you're and by all terms a grown up now. But
Mm-hmm.
that 18, 19, 20, that don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, she is very, very mature, and she was able to save money. She was helping me. When I say helping me, when I was in school, I was getting my bachelor's degree, working. She was helping me a lot with everything at home while I was, what I mean, when she was in high school, like, in her, like you say, like 16, 17. And she was doing a lot of that. She was driving the boys to here, doing grocery and stuff like that. And so when she went to college, she carried that on into her own household.
Mm-hmm.
How 21, I say, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
say,
That's what I
Hey
say.
Valerie, how you doing, Valerie?
Valerie. Um, so for her, you know, um, she was, like I said, she went to Georgia Southern, and so when she was in Statesboro, she was paying her own bills because she stayed in an apartment or whatever, paying her own bills, doing what she wanted to do. But here's the difference. So the way I raise my children is to respect their parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what age. And I'm saying that because nowadays it is not across the board. And
No.
Mm-mm.
that is
There-
not something you can assume that goes on in the household.
mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
So even though my daughter was in Statesboro, hey,
Hello.
everyone on the platform, hello.
Hey boo.
Um, Even though she was in Statesboro with her own car, with her own apartment, she had little roommates or whatever, had a little boyfriend or whatever, we were miles away. She still respected me enough to Not say, oh, okay, I'm going to the store. Oh, okay. But if she went to if she got invited to a party, she would say, Mama, I'm going to a party, especially when she was a freshman. She was like, I'm going to a party. Do you think it's okay if I go? Should I go? Is it okay?
That's wisdom.
Yeah, because she didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's wisdom, because that's letting you know that if something happened, you don't have to be surprised and wonder if my child there, because she letting you know what she is.
Yes,
That's respect,
yes,
because she's way in college, so she really don't have to say anything. But for her to take the time to be respectful and say, you know what, if something happened here, my mom need to know this is where I am, so she won't be wondering what is going on. And police come up to their parent door telling you, oh, guess your son or your daughter was in this such and such in place, and we found their ID and we identified them at that they were a victim. And then you caught off by surprise and off guard, and you going crazy because you didn't know that they were there.
Right.
So it's the respect of the thing. And I agree, 21 is a good age, because you 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you still in your parents' house, guess who's still responsible for you? Your parents. It don't matter if you're 18, 19, or 20, but you're still in your parents' house. That you've been and did, because ain't got nothing, so they coming after you.
Like I say, the way me and my children are, we're all close. I talk to my kids at least, even when she was in, and she just called and say, Mama, I'll just call. And then she go about her day. So, and I knew that she was, doing the right things or whatever. So the child, great responsibility and respect she did.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. It really is.
I think 21, right, because there's so much going on in the world today. And I think 21 is a good age, because I remember when I was 21, I remember even when I was 21, if I go out somewhere, I did let my mom know where I was going. Unless I didn't know where I was going, then I couldn't tell her where I'm going, because I didn't know. Because sometimes you get with people and they'll say we're going one place and then they switch it around. Now we're going somewhere else, So, and I didn't like that, I didn't like those kind of situations either, because back then we didn't have cell phones.
That's right.
So we couldn't, and pay phones was usually in a dark spot where where you had to get out the car and go to a dark spot to make a phone call.
My daughter's 34. Believe it or not, I still voice my opinion when she goes places. I still tell her to call me and let me know who you with and where you are, and let me know if you made it. Period. I be at her house running things there too. I don't care the age. The system says what she says. I don't care the age. The system says.
Yeah.
Right.
I think in this day and time, it's hard to cut them loose. I did say 21,
it's dangerous.
But in this day and you got so much. You got this sex trafficking out here, and they don't care how old you are. They snatching people left and right.
They come at you. They don't care about your age. They come at you. If you're a woman,
that's why you got to be paying attention to your surroundings.
And y'all know that where we live, where I'm from, Decatur, is like the #1 spot of sex trafficking in America.
Yeah. One of my friends told me when I got ready to come down there to Atlanta to visit, one of my friends was like, she was like, Laura, please be careful down there, because sex trafficking down there is really, really serious down there in Atlanta. I was like, oh yeah, I heard that. I said, I did read about that. I said, well, I said, all I can do is, try my best to be careful. I said, but I'm going somewhere where I'm out of my element. I said, you can't carry a pistol on the airplane with you, because you're going to get in trouble. If you go through the air, unless you're a police officer, they're not going to allow you to take no pistol on the plane with you. So there's nothing you could really do. And they do check your suitcases. They tell you that they don't check them suitcases. They do check your suitcases. They do They do go through your
That's
suitcase.
how they end
So,
up confiscating so many weapons because of it.
yeah.
Some people think they can hide them real good.
So you
They
have to
find them
really be
jokers.
careful. And I remember when we went to Jamaica, and my friend had did my hair, and I guess they thought I had a razor or something up in my hair, the way she had put it up and stuff. It's a big old ball she had did, and the thing kept going off. Every time I walked through it, it would go off. My husband said, "You ain't got no blade or nothing, no." Because he know how I am. I'm that type of person. We'll pull a blade out on your butt. But yeah, so they thought that I had something in my hair. And the lady said, "Well, we can't go searching through your hair," but she said, "I'm gonna have to pat you down though. From the head, from shoulder down." She said, "I'm gonna have to pat you down." I said, "Okay." I said, "Just don't fill me up." But yeah, but yeah, when we went there to Jamaica, it was the same thing, and it was scary because I never forget the man that was calling us to tell us to come down the alley. We was in Jamaica, and the guy was telling us to come down the alley. He told us that, "I got the boom box stuff. Come on, people, come on down the alley."
Rob
And
y'all.
we had this driver that was our driver the whole time we was down there. So the driver was like, "Oh, no, no." He said, "Guarantee you it's more than just him down that alley." And it was. As we was driving off, we seen other guys coming out afterwards. I guess they thought we was gonna, just because we was tourists, we was just gonna walk down that alley. We're not crazy.
What you got?
Hey, why you got there?
Fred said that's why I advocate for women to be armed and have situational awareness. Right.
Yeah, that's true, Fred. That's true. We do. We have to be armed and
We
ready
had a
for
situation
anything.
where someone had told us, and that I heard a conversation, and she said she was in a grocery store, and she was in line. So y'all be careful when y'all in these grocery stores, especially Walmart. Well, I mean to say that, but anyway.
Yes, strike that. That does not. That what she just said is it's not something that in inspiration. No,
Does not reflect
Grocery
the
stores,
does not
period.
reflect Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. It does not.
Right. But you just want to be careful in wherever you go, because she was in the store and she was in line, and these gentlemen was standing. One gentleman was standing behind her, and he noticed her rings, and he said, "Oh, those some beautiful rings." And she said, "Oh, she just told me, oh, they was costume jewelry." She said after she said that, two other guys came up with him. They were standing behind her in line, and then after all of a sudden, one went outside because she was in front of them. So when she got ready to go out the store, another gentleman said to her, "You are you okay?" And she said no, because she felt and she knew something wasn't right, and she knew that something was up to no good. And so he walked her to her car, and sure enough, one of the guys was waiting by her car, waiting close by her car. And
That's crazy.
and asked the guy asked him, can he help him? And he left. He ran. And so she said she knew she was probably going to be carjacked.
Yeah.
And
You
so
remember when I told y'all? I don't know.
careful. And another friend of mine, that happened with her daughter. She was in the grocery store walking around, and she called her mom and said, "This man has been following me." She said, "Every aisle I go into, he appears in this
you
aisle."
have to pay attention.
And so she said, she told her, she said, "When you get ready to check out, do not go out by yourself. Get somebody to walk out with you. Get the security, or get an employee or somebody to go out there with you." And this was in the daytime. And both situations was in the daytime. And she said, so that's what she did, because it's like as soon as she got ready to check out, he got ready to check out. So it's like, I said, so you just got to be careful of your surroundings. Don't be so busy texting on your phone and somebody grab and come up behind you and snatch you, and you and you ain't got no way of fighting, because and the person that you talking to on the phone, they can't help you because they on the phone. They don't can't see who you talking to. So you really want to be careful on them phones.
Yeah,
Oh,
that happened to me at Walmart. I was at Walmart, and I don't know if I told y'all about the one day I was in Walmart and
allegedly.
You was at the
oh
store
oh
allegedly.
yeah, I was I yeah, I was at Walmart though. I was at Walmart. I'm gonna say it because I was there. I was there. I'm not talking about somebody else. I'm talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, and the ladies had walked up to me. A lady and her daughter walked up to me, and they was telling me that they had she knew me. She said she knew me, and I said I I'm looking like nah, I don't know you. And so she said, that's when she started telling me about she went to digging in her purse, and when she digged in her purse, she actually pulled my book out, Little Sisters
Oh
Listen
yeah,
Up.
you
And
told me.
yeah, she pulled my book out, and she was like, "Yes, you the author of this book." And she said, I was hoping that I run into you because I knew that you lived somewhere in the area." And she said, "And I was hoping that I run into you." And she said, "I've been carrying this book around with me ever since I purchased it, hoping that I get your autograph."
Oh,
So
that's sweet.
I signed the book for her, and but the one thing that that what it did to me though, it paranoid me. It made me paranoid. So I ended up putting back what I was getting ready to buy and walked out of the store. I didn't purchase what I was purchasing because I didn't know if anybody else had heard what she said. And people have a tendency of thinking that when you say something like that, oh, she got some money. So, you just never know who will start following you
Mm-hmm.
out the store. So that's the reason why I just left, because I was by myself. Of course, usually when I go to the store, I have a team. I have people with me. I have my people with me and my own friend with me. And at this particular day, I didn't bring my friend with me. So because of that, I was kind of paranoid. So I left out of the store because I was in a rush, and I left out of the store. I didn't get what I was getting. I waited and went back later on that evening, but I had my husband was with me that time when I went back the next time I went back. But the first time I just left everything in the store because I was like paranoid, because I started thinking, well, what if she, somebody
Or
heard
she
what she
been
said,
following me or
or what if
something.
she, because she had been following me. They followed me from aisle to aisle. And I was wondering why was they following me? At first I thought it was, they was just buying something. And then she kept on until when I got in line, she got in line behind me. And then then she told me, she said, "I know you." I said, "You know me?" She said, "Yeah, I know you." And I said, um I don't know you. And so then she said, "Yeah, you the young lady." And then she started digging in her bag, and when she digged in her bag and she pulled my book out, I was like, "Oh, okay." My heart was beating so fast, first of all, because she
You didn't know
digging in
what
her
she was getting
bag.
ready to
I didn't
pull
know what
out.
she was getting ready to pull out.
She lucky you didn't sock her because you didn't know what she was getting ready to pull out of her bag.
Exactly. But when she
Because
pulled the
most
book
people,
out and stuff and
that's the
asked for
first
my
reaction.
autograph, it was a different story. But it was other people in line. So, and my first thought was, okay, so these other people may be listening to what she's saying. And first thing, people assume that because you write a book that you got money, you got a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie, people. That's a lie. you
Uh,
know
Unless you're a
you
Big
know
lie.
first number one seller on New
You're
York
right. So
Time or
yeah,
whatever.
so that's why I was like kind of nervous. I was like, oh man, so I don't want this woman thinking that, setting me up
And she
or
can get some
anything. And I didn't
change.
know, right. And I didn't know if she was setting me up or whatever the case may be. So I just left the stuff there and walked on out of the store. And I know, I was like, when I got home, I was telling my husband and my daughter about what had happened and stuff. And my daughter said, "Wow, that's good, though, Ma." I said, "It's good to a certain extent." I said, "But it's
It was
scary when you by
scary because you
yourself,
Yeah.
weren't
right?
expecting that.
Right, because you're not expecting. You don't. But to show you that you just never know who is watching you, who pays attention to you, how your stuff had flown in different areas or whatever the case may. You never know. And I remember going to the library. I never forget this. I went to the library one day, and a librarian had told me, we was talking about one of my books, and I was telling her that I'm trying to get one of my books in the library and this and that. She said, "What's the name of the book?" She went into the system. Oh, she said, "Girl, it's already here." She said, "Do you know people been asking about that book?" And I said, "No, I didn't know." I said, you don't know that people are actually looking for your book and stuff like that. You won't know that, just assuming." You know, so I told her, I said, no, I did not know. I didn't know that. She was like, yeah. She said, I'm so glad to finally get a chance to meet you, the young lady behind the book. And she said, you so, and she was like, you so sweet. You seem so sweet and this and that. And I said, oh, I try to be. I said, she said, most people when you mention something about them in their book, and they usually have like a different attitude and stuff. That's the same thing the lady at Walmart said too. She said that most people when you meet them, and she was like, "Cause you're famous." I said, "No, I'm not famous, sweetie." I said, "I'm not famous at all yet." I said, "Not yet, anyway." But and she said, "Well, in my book, you are because I've been searching for you, honey." That's what she told me. I was like,
As
"Wow."
you tell
But
that
then you have
story,
some book signings where
Oh
I would
yeah.
Walmart
I would
because
say
that's
it Walmart because that's the messiest store now.
so,
Fred head on the swivel at all times. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
But as you tell that story, wow, gotta go
With
with
your
your
intuition, that's right. You
intuition.
feel something funny, uncomfortable, you better go with it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
as you tell that story, the more you talk about it, it sounds really stalkerish. I get it.
yeah,
Hmm.
it
I
did.
get it that she was a fan.
Yeah,
But
Hmm.
she's like, I've been looking for you everywhere. I'm like, what?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like what she,
Yeah,
yeah.
when she said that, and she was telling me that she had been looking for me. She said she knew I lived somewhere in the area, but she didn't know where. So my first thought was, okay, so are you looking up my address or something? And then when my daughter,
Right.
well, yeah, my daughter was like, she said, "Ma, she said, that she didn't never like to talk about her books at school." And I was wondering why. And she said because when she would talk about the books at school, kids just automatically assume you got money.
Yeah.
And she said, so they start Googling you and stuff. And she said, and when they Google my name pops up in the system. She said, and so, it draws attention to me and stuff like that. I was like, really? She said, yeah. She said, oh yeah. She said, so she said, I know you get upset because I didn't like talking about it at school and stuff. She said, but what you don't understand is that's a scary feeling. And she was like, it's a scary feeling when people look at you differently and they see you, they don't see you as this person anymore. They see you as a dollar sign now. She
Yeah,
said,
that's true.
and she said that was scary. And after that happened to me, then that's when I realized that what
And
she meant,
understood where she
right?
was coming from.
Yeah, then I understood because at that time I did not understand. I was like, okay, it's just a book.
Right.
I said, all you doing is telling people about your books. I said, you promoting them. She said, no. She
Because
said, you don't
everybody got a
understand.
sob story and everybody
Yeah,
going trying to get that extra dollar.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and do you know how many people I have gotten inboxes from that send me their sob story? Yeah, my family is poor. We need, we could really use your help with something and this and that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, and then I say, I'm poor too. But then I had to stop saying that because
Words
you
manifested.
right, exactly. So I had to stop saying that. I just would stop answering and responding. My son was like, "You just have to stop responding, man. You shouldn't be responding." And then I heard one day on one of the radio shows, Ralph Tresvant's radio show, and he was saying that he does not go into his inboxes because he was saying that because is people be saying some crazy stuff in them inboxes. And when I heard him say that, I was like, wow, he is so right because it's true. You get a lot of stuff in those inboxes. I'm so grateful that in the inboxes, if you are not friends with some people, that they can't just send a message to you. It has to be approved by you first before that
Right.
message can go through. And somebody was asking me, why can't I write on your page, on your actual page? Because I have it set like that because I don't want people to write just anything on my page, because people will say some cruel things and they would, and it's just like I said, I was getting a lot of messages in my inbox with people giving me their sob stories and stuff. And because they see you got books out and stuff, they think you done made it. And that's not how that works. It's a process. If you know that you have not brought one of my books, you know I ain't made it yet. So
Okay.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I'm just keeping it real. You know, if
Uh-huh.
you know that you haven't brought one of my books, you know that I have not made it yet. Because people buy people that they know is got a big name, they buy their books and their products and stuff, whether they like them or not. Look at the Chris Rock stuff. Soon as that stuff happened with him and Will Smith, his
Everybody
ticket sales went crazy. You know,
paying $800 for that ticket.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if y'all wanna make me into that person, then please buy my books. A matter of fact, I'm gonna share it with you guys. Buy my books. Buy my books. And you know that video on YouTube on TikTok where that girl said on TikTok, she said it said I thought you was famous already. They said I thought you was famous
video.
already, and he said no. She said, did you share my videos? Did you share the fact that I sell books? Did you share any of those things? Then no, I'm not. Of course, I'm not rich yet. I ain't famous yet because you ain't shared. So share my SH. That's what she said. But that's
I
what
know what video you talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing, you know. But yeah, I would get a lot of those messages in there. But also, you know, as we was talking about our young people and stuff, these, you know, the ages and growing up and this and that. I don't think they realize that the streets are really, really dangerous, and that we have to. You should be telling somebody. If you don't tell mama, tell daddy where you going at all times, because that is so important. It is so important. It is so important. I think that I don't know if anybody remember the young lady that they found in the freezer some years ago. She went with some friends of hers, and when she went with them friends, something happened, and she ended up in the freezer naked and dead.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Okay, it happened here in Illinois.
Wow.
Valerie,
yeah, you know, and that's true though. But you know
Hold on,
that
Margie.
goes.
Hold on. She was reading a thing.
Oh, okay.
That's right, because it might seem right at the time, but it's also promoting danger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people.
Yeah, she must be talking about when the kid with the daughter, with my daughter stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a lot of times, doggone to my age catching up with me. I didn't forget what I was going to say.
Better get you some blooper. And it called glooper booper or something. Glooper booper.
Ginkgoba, or what they call it. I don't know.
Ginkgoba. Oh yeah.
Lord, mercy, Gooper duper. What you call it?
Like what's his name? Who was that comedian? Chris, I think it was Chris Rock said his mama used to always say everything on the Chris Rock show when he said Robitussin.
Show.
He said everything. His mama thought everything was Robitussin would fix everything. So give me some Robitussin.
I like that. She thought Alka-Seltzer was for everything, every single thing.
Now that's how we are about vapor rub.
I was just
vapor rub is for everything. If we get a sore in our ankle or our knees, we put it on there. If you get a headache, you put it right there at the temple. You put it right here. If you get a pimple on your face, you put it on that. We the same way over here. That's ours, vapor rub.
Oh my God.
That's how my husband call it the miracle drug. That's what it's called. We call it the miracle drug.
It opens up everything.
Yeah, it does. It does a lot.
That menthol kick in, it's a wrap. It opens up everything.
Y'all some Vicks junkies. Donut work for what? Donut work for pimple. What, Valerie?
What kind of donut?
Not Krispy Kreme, because they ain't going on no pimple.
Because they're going to mix that pimple and go right to your mouth. Be like, I was eating this cousin.
She said what?
Don't forget about the duct tape. For
Oh
what?
yeah.
tape
What was
do?
the day duct tape for? Come on, y'all. Tell us
Y'all
what
gonna
it
have to
is.
tell us what's going on with these donuts and duct
Yeah,
tape.
duct tape. Yeah.
Y'all gonna have somebody skin Jack.
Donuts and duct tape.
And so I wanted to say that, you know, people spell check do it work for pimples. What? The
Oh,
vapor rub.
vapor rub.
Oh, she said.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. She said.
it does. It brings you to the head.
Girl, don't have
It stops
Laura
the
have you
soreness.
put
It
that
stops the
what's called on.
well, it stops the soreness. You know how sometimes when they come in, they be so sore, they hurt so bad, and it stops the soreness. It stops the
Oh,
soreness
wow.
and bring it to the head. Bring the white part to the head, so you will see it then.
The opinions expressed by Laura Simmons and
It's
friends
not.
and
It's
friends
not
does
bad.
not reflect Ursula B. Allen. I ain't telling nobody to put no Vicks vapor rub
Yeah, I'm
on
not telling
nothing.
you. I'm just saying
I'm
what it
not.
works for me.
Don't put no Vicks
I'm not
vapor rub, no
suggesting that to
Pepto
anybody.
Bismol, no duct tape. I'm not
That's
doing.
another thing. Pepto
Or
Bismol.
him. What they
Pepto
call it?
Bismol is another thing that I use a lot. I used to use a lot. I had to stop doing it because I had seen this episode of Red Table Talk, and the doctor was telling her that because of what she was taking, she was taking like a laxative every week and stuff, and he said that it was causing her darkness inside her body, and she didn't even
Really?
realize it. Yeah, it was an episode on there that I had seen, and
For taking the laxative every
I
week.
will because I got some.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, that didn't happen with us.
Well, you know, when
Growing
you
up,
take,
we used
have
to
you
have
ever
to do that
taken,
every Friday.
What
but
you
have
say?
you ever taken Pepto Bismol? And this is how I know what he's talking about. I've taken Pepto Bismol because I've always had stomach issue, and my tongue will be like
Black the
green,
next morning.
dark, yeah, like
Mhm.
dark green
I
or
never,
look black.
Yeah, that
I
happened to
don't
me too.
notice that.
That's why what made me stop doing it so much, because I realized that one morning I got up and I'm like, why am I spitting black? And I'm like, and then only thing I could think of that I had took before I went to bed was a little bit of Pepto Bismol. So I tried it again the next night. I did the same thing again, and it was the same thing, the black tongue
Yep.
the next morning. And I said, oh, okay, so it is the Pepto Bismol. And that's when I realized what she was saying was true. You know, what she was
Oh,
saying, what the
wow.
doctor was saying was true, because I said, oh, wow, if it caused your tongue to be black, then just imagine what's the inside of your body is looking like.
Yep.
So you have to be
Wow.
careful. We have to do a lot of natural stuff, people. Natural products is better for us and stuff.
Not
Because
Vicks vapor rub.
no, not yeah, no. But yeah,
Get some lemon juice.
yeah.
Get some lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Get you some ginger, and get you some honey.
I ask because I'm old school. I'd rather hear an old remedy than this new age mess they got in the drugstore shelves. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
not strong enough. It's the stuff that they have in the store now. It really doesn't work. It's saying all the stuff that it does, all this stuff, but it doesn't. It's a somebody product that I just recently read about. I was looking it up, and because I had like I got like a few dark spots on my face. So because of it, I was looking at their product to see about if it really worked, and somebody said that crap don't work and this and that, and it was, man, they dogged the person's product and they subbed that person out.
I would never use something like that because that stuff essentially lighten that dark spot. And then
Mhm.
I heard that if you stop
You look like a
using it,
Dalmatian.
it's darker. Oh Lord.
No, they said, but you know, when you was younger, when you get a dark spot on your face, you remember Mama used to pull out the cocoa butter. Remember
Yeah.
that?
I unfortunately I did have really well. I got pretty good skin now,
Mhm.
but I didn't have any acne in high school.
Me
And
either.
I was fortunate. I didn't have no dark
No,
spots.
I didn't start
Now,
getting that stuff until I
I
got
need
old.
some. I need
As I
some.
got,
Right.
as I got older,
You
that's
know what
when I
somebody
started
said
getting.
about for bags? They say you can use hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said Bobby.
Well, I don't know how true that is.
Allegedly, they said Bobby Brown was using that.
Well, he said it
Allegedly.
on his on that was it being Bobby Brown or whatever show that they did, that little reality show. He had did that on that.
Danielle said they say duct tape help with everything too. such as wounds, shoes, car, yacht. But baby, y'all can have it.
Just don't try to snatch it off. You're gonna take your whole face with you.
Valerie said me too when I got older. I don't have bags. I have all my life. I got it from my auntie. Like darkness right here. And like the older I get, the more, the more I can see it or whatever. But it can't block the beauty. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Well, y'all know it's 7:00, people. So it's time for us to get ready to go. But we appreciate you guys tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. We will be back on Thursday. I have a guest coming into the show. I'm not sure if my girls will be in, but if anybody want to co-host with me, hit me up. DM me and I'll bring you on with me on Thursday to do this interview. So hit me up, everybody. Valerie, you be good. Come on in with me. Shouting you out. Come on, BFF. Come on the show with me Thursday. All right. Well, we want to say we love you guys. And we will see you on Thursday. And y'all have a good night.
We love you all.
We love you all. Good night. And peace be with you.
We enjoyed you too.